In this video, we look at research from my friend Joel Forches into why people walk away from their faith in college. We will also highlight a few reasons people gave in our Dealing with Deconstruction Facebook community. Welcome, doubters. If you are a Christian asking big questions of your faith and wondering if you can hold on to your Christianity, you are in the right place. As we look at these three reasons that Joel highlights in his research, I think it is worth pointing out that I see these given by people more than just that are in college. I would also love to hear some of your reasons that you began your deconstruction in the comments. I read every one of them. For me, it was mainly due to the spiritual abuse I endured while working at churches. I would get so stressed out Saturdays, I would leave the Saturday service with a migraine, go home and throw up, and then pass out from exhaustion just to wake up the following day and do it all over again. The expectations were high, and no matter how much I asked for change to help, it was put back on me. Situations like this left me questioning whether or not I was only valuable because of the job I could perform, and if Jesus saw me like that as well. I started to ask whether or not any of the stress was worth the trouble, which led to me looking deeply at the faith that I had. I have since reconstructed my Christianity and finding answers to the questions that I had along the way. I hope to share those with you here on this channel. Please consider subscribing if you are on a similar journey. The first reason that Joel cites for why college students leave Christianity is peer pressure. Christianity is a minority position in higher education, and while the peer pressure isn't often super overt, even subtle questions from professors such as, "Oh, you're still a Christian? I didn't think anyone would believe in that by now." It can have a significant effect on someone. While when you multiply that type of peer pressure, sometimes it seems the easiest way to alleviate that pressure is to abandon the faith. Now, I have heard similar things in my time in college ministry with Ratio Christi. Stories like this are far too common. But people who are often beyond their college years often refer to similar experiences from coworkers, family, and friends as well. Now, I'm not attempting to answer these reasons or give responses to them here, but merely point out the reasons that are given. So let's continue with reason number 2, living in sin. I will read a quote from Nick, the author of the article where Joel's research is cited. Nick says this: "Perhaps one of the most sinister, but honestly one of the most common reasons someone ends up leaving the faith is that they find something that is considered sinful that they have ended up enjoying far more than the experience of their faith and decided to drop one in favor of the other." Now, I can fully understand the instinct to object to such a reason. It seems shallow and selfish, unreflective at best. But college is a time when we can often throw off the shackles of our parents' rules and spread our wings. There are a lot of firsts in college and several new experiences. And some of those feel really good, and others are really good, but they conflict often with the Christianity of our youth. See, sometimes we meet people we were told would be awful, bad, and evil that turn out to be really nice and caring. This often begins a snowball effect of questions. But I don't think that this is what's in view here. I'm sure there are other examples, and I would love for you to let me know those examples in the comments. The third reason is the problem of evil. Now, there are a lot of things that fit under this umbrella for sure. This is often brought on by tragedy in our life or a reflection of the evils of the past. The problem of evil comes in three forms: the logical problem of evil, the emotional problem of evil, and the evidential problem of evil. Again, I'm not going to respond to the problem of evil in this video, but out of the three, I think the strongest is the emotional problem of evil. In a sense, this is what caused me to question my faith. The series of actions that caused such pain by people who claimed to love Jesus was hard to square. Maybe for you, it was one of the other ones. A great response to this topic is a book by Clay Jones titled, "Why Does God Allow Evil?" If this is something that you struggle with, I would highly recommend this book. Now, I want to turn to some of the responses I got in our Facebook group. I asked the question, what led to your deconstruction? One person said it was reading the Bible, that they couldn't get past Genesis without a series of questions. Others said that as they read the Bible's treatment of women, they couldn't square that with being the Word of God. And others pointed out how evolution didn't sit well with the story of Genesis, original sin, and other essential doctrines. I am so grateful for the openness in which people shared their responses. I have addressed some of these in other videos, such as the question of Adam and Eve in my conversation with Dr. Joshua Swamidass, and I've addressed the idea of original sin in my conversation with Kurt Jaros. Now, I will leave a link to those conversations in the description, but if there are other topics that you want me to cover, please let me know in the comments. I would also like to invite you to join our Facebook group. We have great conversations, and you are not alone on your journey. You will find a link to that group in the description as well. Thank you for watching. I will meet you next time as we deal with deconstruction.